Tesla's price target was just increased. The Model S just got refreshed. Berlin Gigafactory is getting billions from Germany. Elon is a fan of Bitcoin, and we're going to watch a video showing Tesla's first snowplow. It's all coming up real soon, so stay tuned. All right, so first up, let's take a look at this Tesla Model X that can plow snow.
This thing can take a lot. I'm impressed.
That's cool. It's crazy that he's reversing to plow the snow. Usually you see snowplows on the front. That's pretty crazy. So, you know, it makes it a lot harder when the snowplow is on the back, but I guess because Tesla has every single wheel turning, it's all-wheel drive basically, I guess it makes it pretty easy to actually have traction and push through. I wonder what the limits are of how much snow it can really push and how much traction it really has. I bet he's got snow tires on that thing, but anyway, that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and move on. Tesla's price target is getting increased by a lot of different firms. Now one of the firms are saying $1,200 is their new price target for the stock. So let's take a look at who these guys are. So Morgan Stanley is putting an $810 per share price target. Now right now the stock is $837, so they're a little bit low. Wedbush analyst Dan Ives, a week later after he saw Morgan Stanley, I guess he put a price target of $950. Analyst Colin Rush from Oppenheimer put a price target of $1,036 per share, and the guy who put the $1,200 price target is Alexander Potter. He's an analyst from Piper Sandler, $1,200. So I guess he actually put together a report to defend their $1,200 price target. They released this 100-page report entitled The Definitive Guide to Investing in Tesla. So if you are believing these different price targets right now, again, like I said, the stock price is at $838 now. So if you think that you know, it'll one day be in the 900s or be over 1,000 like these two companies, then right now is a good price to buy. So if you haven't seen yet, when Tesla announced their earnings and did their whole their conference call, they also announced a Model S refresh and a lot of new specs with the Model S. So let's take a look at that stuff. All right, so the body got a new design. It's got kind of like this sharper edge, kind of sexier, faster look. It has three different versions now, the Plaid Plus, and then the Long Range. Now the price difference between those three different options: long range $73,000, basically. Plaid is $113,000. You know, they're like $10 off, so I'm just gonna say the actual number. $113,000 for Plaid, and then the Plaid Plus is $133,000 really. Now the price difference between the long range and the Plaid is about $60,000, and the difference here is that the long range has 412 roughly miles to the charge. The Plaid, you get over 512 miles, and you get that 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds. The long range is a little over 3 seconds. I mean, you're not going to really tell. Basically, it's a difference of a second. You think you can really tell that? I don't really think so. $60,000 for an extra 1 second. I mean, you do get nice range bump, you know, over 100 miles of range. So that's a pretty good bump. But $60,000 for an extra 100 miles, I think I will probably save the money and just go with the long range, me personally. All right, but this is the really cool part, the interior of the redesign. Check this thing out. Look at that steering wheel. That thing looks like a video game that you're going to be playing. Now, the challenge is going to be when you're turning, you know, you got to do the hand over hand, fist over fist thing. But so that would be probably a challenge. But I mean, overall, if you have full self-driving, which maybe this thing is mostly intended for, you're probably not going to be using the steering wheel too much. But ideally, this steering wheel would just pop off, and then you can just throw it in the glove box or something. Because if full self-driving is really happening, then I don't want the steering wheel in my way, you know. Plus this screen right here used to be vertical and massive, and now it is horizontal or landscape. Also, you got some phone chargers right there. Those two pads will charge your phone, and you got a hidden little screen right there. So let's take a look at the actual back seat. Now it's hard to pause these things, it's so quick. Okay, so you got your massive screen right there. You got your crazy funky little steering wheel. I don't know if that's gonna be fun or not. I'll have to test that out at some point. It does make sense from an air conditioning standpoint because the air will actually come through a little bit better, but the back seat though, check that out. That's pretty legit. Having that fold down, you also got chargers right there on your back seat. These pictures, they just don't want to stay. So the back seat did get a redesign as well, and these seats also fold down completely flat. Now there's a better look at the screen right there, and you know, it's kind of small, to be honest. Usually screens are like at the back headrest. This one's kind of like in the middle, so if you are playing a game on it, which it looks like they intend you to do, you're going to be kind of down there. And if you're sharing a screen with somebody, I mean, sharing a screen is out. You're not going to do split screen with a screen that small. You have the phone chargers like I discussed, which, I mean, it better have phone chargers. It is 2021, right? You got a better sound system with active noise canceling. Now that is pretty cool. It's similar to like the Bose, you know, noise canceling headphones, but it's going to make the inside of the car a lot quieter when you're driving around. And then you got the more storage because the seats fold flat, so you can fit your cool bike in your bike helmet. Then overall, you got over 1,000 horses under your hood, or in your axles, in your battery. I mean, where are they saying it? Anyway, you got over 1,000 horses that are going to be pulling you around as you drive around town, and you can get to places where you're going a lot faster because now you can go 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds. So I mean, you're going to save a lot of time. You're going to actually be on time for once to those meetings. All right, moving right along, if you did not know, Elon Musk is actually a fan of Bitcoin. So let's take a look at what he has to say when it comes to Bitcoin. So he says here, on the verge of getting broad acceptance. Now, this is definitely true. I've seen a lot of different companies now potentially putting their cash in Bitcoin as a safe place to store money, which is interesting. He also says, I do at this point think Bitcoin is a good thing, and I am a supporter of Bitcoin. So I wonder if he's got any cash stored away in Bitcoin. I wouldn't doubt that he does. The dude has got so much cash. And if you didn't know, his Twitter little bio is now hashtag Bitcoin. So me personally, I am a supporter of Bitcoin. I recently invested some money into Bitcoin, so I'm just waiting for it to push up out of this little downtrend that it's been in. Right now I bought it in the low 30,000s and just waiting for it to get to the higher, maybe 37, 38,000. Then I'll probably just sell it and go back to stocks, because that's really my main place to trade around, is with stocks and buying Tesla stock. Now, Tesla has been building new gigafactories around the world. They got that one in Shanghai, China. They got one in Austin. They got one going up in Berlin. I think they also want to put one in India. Anyway, they just announced that Giga Berlin, let's take a look here. Giga Berlin will receive billions of dollars in funding from the German government. That is like a huge win. These factories cost about $5 billion to make. So if Germany is going to give them billions with an S, then that's going to really help make that factory profitable even faster. I really hope that this deal comes through. But it says here, last week, the German government confirmed it will fund part of Tesla's Grünheide factory. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. Sources told Insider Deutschland that Elon Musk's company will receive billions through a program designed to create a European battery ecosystem. German taxpayers will be funding the U.S. car manufacturer's German factory with a 9-digit figure, but the government didn't tell us the exact figures, so we're just gonna have to guess. So I'm guessing at least 2 billion. Okay, so that leaves at least 3 billion, or roughly 3 billion, for Tesla to go ahead and take advantage of, but that is going to significantly shorten the amount of time that it takes for Tesla to become profitable with that one location. All right, and to wrap this Tesla news video up, just wanted to share this cool little article I found. Elon Musk says his kids spend a lot of time online and were mostly educated by YouTube and Reddit. Now, this is awesome to hear because I am a huge fan of that. I'm going to educate my kids with YouTube and Reddit. I personally was educated a lot with YouTube. I'm making this video for YouTube right now, so obviously we're all fans of YouTube, but it's really cool to see that he is like a super adopter. The education system is a complete joke right now. Like, it is so bad. They don't teach finance, they don't teach taxes, they don't teach how to just manage your money, how to leverage credit cards, how to invest. honest, I mean, like the basics and the foundations of like how you need to live as an adult, they don't teach that. They want to teach, I'm not going to go on too much, but anyway, to see that Elon is a fan of YouTube and Reddit, which is very interesting to see that he's a big fan of Reddit. That's really cool. He also said that he thinks education should be as engaging for kids as video games are, which I agree with fully. I mean, I was playing a lot of video games when I was a kid. So if you can somehow make a video game to be educational and kids will actually want to play it and learn at the same time, I mean, that's a huge win. It's just that's the challenge, is like you got to figure out how to make it fun. You know, I've played educational games and to be honest, they're boring. But hey, if you can make it fun, then more power to you. Musk's 5 older sons attend a school he created that mainly focuses on AI, coding, and applied sciences. Now, AI, if his kids are going to start to learn AI, I mean, that is awesome. AI is going to be like huge, and we really can't comprehend right now just how it's like imagining how the internet will be back in the 80s or not. Like, you just can't comprehend what the internet is going to be like when it's just so infant in its stages. But I swear to you, 30 years from now, AI is going to be like mind-blowing. So I'm personally trying to figure out like how can I leverage it, how can I make money from it, how can I somehow get in on that bandwagon and ride that train to Gravy Gold Town. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hope you got value. If you did, click that thumbs up button and I'll catch you in the next one.